Rugged Wrenching.
Rugged Wrenching here. Quick little how-to video. Most of the people watching this probably know how to do this, but I thought there's obviously some people out there that don't. So one way to save yourself some money is change your own engine oil. This is the wife's truck, 04 Durango 5.7 Hemi. Just gonna give a quick little run over on how to do a oil change. Already got her kind of set up here, so I just jacked it up for making life easier. So show you guys what we got going here. Maybe you can see it, but right there. That's your oil drain. Obviously, if you don't know really what you're doing, careful. I don't think most of them have a drain on the transmission. That's the tranny back there. You can see the pan. I've heard of it being done, guys, draining transmission and filling the engine double full and wondering why it won't move and blows up, and etc., etc. So anyways, see if I can do this here. This one's a 13 mil. Sorry, it's probably bad video quality here. There we go. You don't really need any fancy stuff for this. As you can see, this is just a Rubbermaid container I cut in half just so it fits under easier. You just spin your plug out here and try not to drop it in the jug, but no big deal if you do. There we go. Oil draining. When your plug's out, you want to make sure your seal's in decent shape, which this one is. There we go. And I'm gonna let that drain, and then I'll set you up for the filter here in a second. Okay, well, oil's pretty well drained out, so all I'm going to do, I'll skip that with you guys, is put the plug back in. Careful not to cross thread. And I just tighten it up. You could find the proper torque spec if you're worried about it, but I just do what feels right. You don't got to go crazy. And yeah, so I'm going to put that back in. One thing I always do is I never ever put the plug in without tightening it all the way. For some reason, I don't know. I've heard of it being done. I've just always made it a habit to put it in. If you put it in, you tighten it. You don't leave it finger tight or whatever, because it's a bad habit. Anyways, stay tuned here. Right, so on this vehicle, oil filter's right up there, just above the cross member. One of my big pet peeves is engineers. Obviously, they're good at their jobs, but sometimes you wonder what they're thinking. Anyways, this one, you spin it off, it drains right onto this cross member and makes a big mess. We're gonna do our best to catch it, and then that, we're gonna clean it up. I'll set you guys up here so you can watch what I do. All right, here we go. I'll try and do this without knocking over the camera here. Be a bit of a reach. One thing I like about these Fram filters is they got like a bed liner coating on them. Makes it so much easier to grip them to spin them loose. There we go. But yeah, as you can see, big old mess. It's good practice to lube the O-ring. See if I can see it here. Lube the O-ring on the new filter. So, best idea is to use fresh oil, but I don't really care that much. So I put a little bit of the old oil on there. It's better than nothing, and I mean, there's still lots of it left over in the engine. Not best practice probably, but it's a 16-year-old truck, so oil on the O-ring, we're gonna counter good. I'll see if I can reach up in there and start the new one for you guys. Oh yeah, perfect. Gonna be a tricky one, eh? All right. One thing you're gonna want to make sure is check your old filter. Make sure that the O-ring is on there. I've done it. Double O-ring, they don't seal. It will leak. And they don't need to be crazy tight. I just go hand, even as tight as you can go with your hand is plenty, if not way too much. So you don't want it to fall off, so I crank them on there pretty good. But yeah, there you go. I'm gonna clean that up a bit. I'll let you guys skip that. All right, here we go. I'm gonna fill it up now. I should say though, I was just bad-mouthing engineers, and that can go both ways. If you look at the size of this filler neck, that is awesome. So props to the engineers for that one. This truck runs 5W30. I got some Lucas from Lordco. It's good oil. I'm not super picky, but yeah, so anyways, we're gonna pour it in there. And I know this truck takes 6.6 liters, and your parts store will usually be able to tell you approximately how much oil it'll hold. Still best to go by the dipstick overall. So yeah, basically I just fill it up till it's basically want it on the full, on the dipstick, which I'll show you guys, and then you're gonna start it. So you prime the filter and everything. You can pre-fill the filter. I don't know. Some guys say it's pretty important, but on just a standard engine like this, is not high performance by any stretch. I don't worry about it. So yeah, we're gonna fill her up here. Maybe I'll just cut that off. You got the idea. And then I'll show you what to do with the dipstick. Okay, I got 6 liters in there. I'll pull the stick out here and see what we see. You're gonna wanna wipe it off first before you even look, because when the engine's running, it changes the level and it'll still be stuck to the dipstick after it ran, before you drain the oil. So let's see what we got. So you guys will be able to see this. We're right at the top of the safe there. Yeah, I think you can see it. So that's good. I'm gonna fire it up, and then it'll fill the filter and whatnot, and then we'll top it off. When you do this, you're gonna want to watch for your oil light, which is right there. You can see it's on right now. You're gonna want it to go away once you start. It means you got oil pressure. See, there it goes. So we got oil pressure. I'll just give her 10 seconds, 30 seconds, whatever, and then shut it off, and we'll check the oil again, top it off. Should be good. Set you guys back down. Same thing, wipe it off. Back in. See what we say now. Yeah, you can see just below the add. So yeah, it should take another 1/2 to 3/4 of a liter. And plus it's gonna take a minute for everything to drain back into the pan. So by the time we get that last bit in there, it'll probably be pretty close. These 1 liter jugs are a lot easier to pour in without spilling everywhere. Yeah, it's around 1/2, I think. No, a little more yet. There, so that should be 6.6. We'll see if Lordco is lying to us. They say you just take that to be close, Always go by what the dipstick tells you. See what we got here. Can we see it this time? Other side. Where are we? So we're just at the top of the safe there, so should be right on. We're gonna give her just a smidge more here. This truck does burn about a liter per oil change. Seems like, which isn't ideal, but whatever. Like I said, 16-year-old truck. We're just gonna leave it. Anyways, yeah, that's the last thing you're gonna do is check it, top it off, and then after that, I like to go put a sticker up in the window or anything, make a note in your phone, whatever. Mark your mileage down. Gas engines, I like to do 5,000 kilometers. Tune oil changes, ideally. So anyways, that's gonna do it for this video, and hope you guys learned something and you can save yourself some money. So anyways, hit that subscribe button and share it if you feel like it, and like it if you liked it. Y'all have yourselves a good night. Thanks for watching. So I just add this on the end there. As far as disposing your oil, most like Canadian Tires, places like that, I don't know, that's for everywhere, but I know our Canadian Tire will take used oil. So I just save in buckets like this and then drop it off. Some places they might charge you a little to dispose of it, but I know here it's free. Anyways, yeah, I thought I'd add that little clip, just a little added detail, just so you don't freak out over what to do with that. Don't try and throw it in the garbage or anything, obviously. Yeah, so anyways, that's what we do here. We just bring it to Canadian Tire or anywhere. There's lots of places that'll take it, but Canadian Tire is a pretty easy one. Anyways, yeah, thanks again for watching. Hit that thumbs up. Have a good night.